talk to me about the decision, Ian, because like we said, you had a fight, you were preparing your training, you think you're going to fight somebody else, and now you've got this you've got this guy who was in the title mix, and here we are, ready to go.
I mean, for me, it wasn't a hard decision whatsoever. I had told UFC 6 weeks prior to that I would be willing to be the backup for the world title fight because when we were going through opponents and trying to find me an opponent at the start of our whole line of thoughts where there was just people rejecting me and turning me down and there was a couple of people injured, it was like, right, if there's no one above me to fight, give me the backup. Let me be there. Let me prepare for that world title fight so you guys have a backup. They turned around and said, no, we're not going to do that. I said, all right, cool. Then Belal pulled out. I said, I'll wait for them to call me because they're going to need me. So I sat, I kept training. I was preparing for Joaquin Buckley, but in the back of my mind, I was ready to go all day long. If Shavkat needed an opponent, I'm here, and here we go.
Ian, do you think this should be for an interim title? I mean, he's 3, you're 7. I think a lot of people could make an argument that it could certainly be for an interim title. What do you think?
Look, when a world title fight falls out, they normally put an interim title on the line. However, what does an interim title mean? There's a champion in the division, and we have to give him respect. His name's Belal Muhammad. He didn't want to pull out of this fight with Shavkat. He got a bone injury. So an interim belt, while it would be a cool memento to take home when I skin Shavkat live in that octagon with speed and beauty, it's kind of irrelevant. I need to win that belt from Belal Muhammad, and then the people can call me the welterweight world champion. I'm getting what I need from this fight December 7th, which is being called the #1 contender division and being called the baddest man in the division. I'm taking out the boogeyman this weekend, and I'm going to go and I'm going to take out the champion in 2025. That's the only way I look at it, man.
You have, and tell me if I'm wrong here, but to my knowledge, you have always been the favorite. Now, not the favorite. Do you actually like that, Ian? It's a new position for you, right? How have you felt?
I couldn't care less. Every fight I walk into, it's my fight to win, and it's my fight to lose. It's in my control. All I know is Vegas might be very upset with me on Saturday night.
It's funny, Ian, and I don't know what you've heard, but well, one I've seen, and it's been good to see, in my opinion, that people have finally started to give you credit. Like, hey, nobody has wanted to fight Shavkat. People have turned him down. Guys who are supposed to be the best in the world. Who didn't turn him down is Ian Garry. Have you heard that? Have you seen that respect from people, Ian?
I've seen it. I've heard it. But just like the bad, I don't pay much attention to it. Yeah. Because if you give weight to people's opinions, it can change the way you think and change the way you feel. At the end of the day, I know I know the size of the stack between my legs. I know what I'm capable of doing to these people in this world, and I know what I'm capable of achieving in my life. I am young, I'm talented, I'm gifted. I'm going to go out here Saturday night, and I'm going to prove to the entire MMA community that Machado Garry is one of the greatest welterweights you've ever seen, and I'm going to do it by defeating the boogeyman.
I don't know if it's just the people I'm looking at, but I do see a lot of people, and completely understand what you're saying about other people's opinions. But I do think there is a strong feeling amongst a lot of people that, hey, maybe Vegas doesn't think Ian's going to win, but Ian's got a hell of a great chance to go in there and to beat Shavkat. How do you see it going? I mean, you guys have trained together. You obviously know each other well from fighting style and all that stuff. How do you see it going when it finally unfolds, when you finally step in that octagon with him on Saturday?
I think Shavkat is a tremendous talent. I think he's very talented in every single aspect of the game. He's got great spinning kicks. He's got great technique. He's clean. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, but you can force him to make mistakes. And you've got to bring that out of, you've got to make him make mistakes. He's not just going to make a mistake willy-nilly. You got to punch him in the face. You got to hurt him. You got to make him move. The truth is, everywhere this fight goes, he's talented. The truth is, everywhere this fight goes, I'm talented. It's for me and him to put our skill set together on Saturday night and put on a show and really go out there and make sure the world sees the highest level that this welterweight division has to offer.
Ian, do you have the advantage having trained with him? Does he have the advantage? Is it a wash? Is it Are you both helped by it? What about having trained with him as much as you did?
I look, the thing here's what I always think about training. When I'm training, and for example, let's use the training sessions with Shavkat. When me and Shavkat are sparring, I don't believe Shavkat's going 100%, and I don't believe I know I'm not going 100%. We're not fighting. We're sparring. We're playing. We're doing some new techniques. He's trying to focus on a fight, and maybe a combination that he's trying to work in a fight. Maybe he doesn't do a left hook, right uppercut that much in his fights, but he's trying to work it in because he sees the benefit. If I can crack him with a right hand in that combination, great, cool. But if he's trying to learn and develop that shot selection, we can't take what happens in training as much of a benefit going into a fight. The truth is, he's going to come in locked in, ready to go. I'm going to come in 100% focused on my game plan and getting my hand raised. We're going to see two different sides to each other that we've never seen before, and that is still exciting. So for me, I think this is going to be the real winners in this fight is going to be the fan base, the UFC fan base, and anyone around the world who wants to watch this fight. You are going to see two of the highest level martial artists the planet has to offer go head to head December 7th, UFC 310, co-main, Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's go.
You can tell the fans are so excited. Main event fight. I think fans are excited for that too. But it seems like this is like the people's main event. Do you like Shavkat? You like him as a person?
I've absolutely nothing bad to say about the man.
It won't stop you from trying to hurt him though Saturday night.
Nope. Not in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to walk in and I'm going to try to leave a hole in his head.
Has the UFC said, and I think it's fairly obvious, Ian, but has the UFC said that the winner of this fight gets Belal Muhammad?
They have announced that this is for a number one contender fight. When the fight was announced, they said it very simply. The winner of this fight is the number one contender in the division. And I'm going to hold them to that because me and Shavkat deserve it. We're saving UFC 310. We're saving this card. He wants to compete. I want to compete. They needed a big co-main. They've got one. So absolutely 110%. The winner of this fight, when I win, I get a shot at Belal Muhammad.